Hey guys, we're back on another adventure, and let me tell you, we have stories chock full of wisdom and just general love all around here. And there's a lot of people with their own story, man, and each one of them has harnessed the ability for unity and love, man, and that's what we're all about here on Crossy Adventures. Stay tuned, guys.
Supermarket looking for turpentine to fire the stick, and then we're going out so upset, and then we find this guy with this like colorful purple and blue t-shirt and then these banana trousers. Like, you would think, oh, what a fucking thing, isn't it? Like banana pants, but he's so fucking cool.
I can show you.
We came to the beach. He appeared magically, and I think it's the power of the bananas. That's all.
It's the power of the bananas. Can you see the bananas? The bananas are in here.
And he's so beautiful!
So beautiful. Yay!
Amazing.
How old are you?
I am 28.
And do you remember anything from your past lives?
My story.
No, but I have heard recently about, I heard that my spirit guide is named
Okay.
She's a mother figure.
Okay.
Oh my god, you're so beautiful. You have to be open to
I feel like you guys have
everything that's
killer chemistry, then.
should walk.
I feel like you two have like killer chemistry.
You
Just the way that you talk to each other, man. I feel like you have amazing chemistry.
It's so beautiful.
It's better.
I think he wants chemistry as well.
Oh,
Mate, yeah, I'm projecting my own insecurities there.
No, your own desire. Your own desire, we're all one.
Yeah, that's true. So tell us a piece of wisdom.
I think he's better than that.
Dude, like philosophy. If wisdom is philosophy, philo is Latin for love, Sophia is wisdom, wisdom is love. I don't know. I guess wisdom is love, love is wisdom. This is love.
Dream and project and yeah, fantasy. Like fantasy, it's so amazing. Just imagine you in every place and doing everything, and just
beautiful girl. She's beautiful. Hello. What you doing, girl?
He's having some fun over there. Oh yeah.
Yeah, bravo, bravo. Hola, senora. What's your name?
My name is Dani.
Okay, Danny. Tell us a story.
Like just a tiniest bit.
Story. The first time I went to a mushroom ceremony, I saw 13 demons, including mine. It was a new awakening for me, because thanks to that ceremony I could start accepting my demon, my own demon, and starting to get to know my demon, how it likes to behave, how it likes to control my mind and my body to do stuff that I wouldn't do. Perfect example, when we smoke marijuana, right? We get the munchies. And when we get the munchies, we start eating whatever the fuck appears around, distractions. You know, like food is a really fucking massive distraction. Yeah, so when we eat munchies, we just eat, and we don't know what we're doing it, right? So that's our demon taking over our body and our mind. Another one, laziness.
You're a
When
legend with the end and then a dairy. You're a legend. Dairy.
Sorry. They like to manifest a lot when you're young or when you burp. Like,
what's your number? And send me the number. I'm like, you're a leg.
It's
and then
like something
he didn't reply.
going.
And I'm like, you're an egg. He didn't reply.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, you're a dairy. He didn't reply. I'm like, you're a legendary.
You allow
And then he
them
replied,
to
I know.
take over your mind and your body
He I worked for him for 2 years before he helped me open up my own company.
just feed them with
it was garage doors. I did that for a couple of years.
anger
I went through
and fear
mental breakdown,
and
I was just like,
all
nah,
these
I have
really
to flow with my soul
stuff
and
that are
do
not
what I'm
serving our
passionate
spirit
about.
to grow.
I can't just slave for
Yeah,
society anymore.
the story is a little bit long, I guess.
I mean, I can
But
barely
yeah, this just
be
allowed
here
me
as a human
to
without
accept
stressing
my
over
own
money
demon, and I love it. I embrace it, because without my demon I wouldn't be
and
myself, and I love myself.
love doing what I'm doing
So,
now.
out
I just
of
sleep in a
curiosity,
reserve,
in
go
this
out to
ceremony,
reserve, adventure every day.
did you say like outlines of demons, or was it like you felt
Sorry?
certain vibes about?
I might,
Yeah,
I
like
might get a job soon. Go
we
back to the
were
carpentry
around
just for a bit, save up
15
money to
people,
get a van,
14 people.
Save up money so
I
can
saw
just live
everyone's
comfortably
demons,
for a bit
but
and
one person,
then, like,
and this
maybe
one person was
volunteer to-
she is an
to,
angel. Like
support
I didn't see her
people
demon. I
going
didn't.
through
She was
shit.
so. I think she was just
because like
kind of like sleeping, but not sleeping. I just didn't see her in the whole night while I was fighting with my conscience about changing things and stuff, because yeah, it was the music. The music kind of like brought bad entities around us, and it was in a really fancy place, so like with a lot of material stuff, and like these demons or entities, they also feed up from the material stuff, how attached we are to material stuff, because they can distract us like that. They can distract us with movies, they can distract us with music. Everything is like they
I don't
Yeah.
actually believe in mental
So,
illness.
what's a piece of wisdom
I
that you
just
learned from that
believe
experience?
that people have been given a whole
well, first
bunch
of all,
shit that
that
doesn't belong to them.
the owl
You know what I
is
mean?
my spirit animal.
Especially native.
The first time I went to a hair ceremony, an ayahuasca ceremony,
All people, like,
the plant showed me owls,
man,
and I wouldn't understand why
every single,
until
like, cell, every single atom
1
in
week
my
ago.
Skin, every hair stands out, just thinking about
because
Aboriginal
yeah,
shit.
I'm just learning from the owl. The owl is very, it's an
Man,
observer,
like,
and
I
it
don't know, just
listens.
imagine
It likes to
your whole
protect as
family
well.
just being-
So yeah, that's what I got, accepting my own demon, and yeah, accepting the fact that I cannot control every situation either. So
I
yeah.
think.
So
I
can
think,
you talk to
I think
say
white
your
people
demon? Can you talk to
Yeah,
your spirit?
I
the
talk.
fact that they're white.
Sometimes I
Because-
have two
because that
voices
makes
in
them
my
them.
three voices in my head,
I don't believe
so
in
it's like
the
the good
separation
Danny
between
and the
black,
bad
white,
Danny.
yellow, this, that.
And
I just believe in
I recognize it
recognizing
when
the
my demon
pain
is
of
taking over
native
my
people.
body. I'm like, oh, okay, you're here now, all right. And sometimes I just allow it to
Well,
be,
like,
because
the
I also like to be
privilege
chill. I
white
like to
people
sometimes
have.
just be lazy.
Am I white?
But I know that it's
I?
my demon.
Bro, I
And
come
my
from
good
native
part
New
is
Zealand
like
background.
waking up early, doing breath
My
work, yoga, dance, whatever
great-grandfather
makes
was
me
killed by white.
happy. All
Am
like,
I? Am,
yeah,
am I
and-
really?
yeah, when
are
I
you
don't.
telling me that I am
Yeah,
white
it's
privileged,
just
even though my family has.
it's funny.
But like
Our
you see what I'm saying?
demons
Like, I can't
show up a
can't
lot
see
in like
white people
parties, like
as
in
an abuser,
festivals,
because
because
I
you're
am
just
both white
taking
and black.
drugs,
All I
and they
see
are feed
is
also from
White
drugs.
people made mistakes in
Um,
the past. White
yeah.
people in the present
I
are
feel
doing the
very
best they
similar,
can with the.
but I feel like lately I've had like a massive
Like, the
experience
majority
with like,
are.
boundaries.
Yeah.
So someone says, let's do this, and you don't want to, it's kind of like, oh, maybe not right now. But
Yeah,
just being honest and setting personal boundaries and just being
Fuck, man, I'm
completely
sorry.
like
Yeah.
chill and just open about
fun.
how you feel.
It's
'Cause that can
really
avoid a
corrupt
lot of
there.
friction and bad energy if
Like
you're just
the-
honest.
But it
Like,
always has been.
Yeah,
with
and
someone,
The
like
beginning of
any
history,
person that you meet.
the United
Definitely,
States was
it's a
built
frequency,
on
and our
racism.
frequency
Same with
is
Australia.
way
Same with
stronger.
every country.
Like
Yeah,
the I've been meeting like dark people the last couple of months, and they are showing up. They are feeling very tired. They are
Look like them.
like they are like "Shh," and we are rising. You know, like it's really beautiful actually.
Do you-
Yeah.
So do you have the last thing I'm going to ask you? Do you have
think
any
that,
wisdom for
the
someone
world
that
will
is struggling with their
find
own
peace, though,
demons?
if
And,
white people accept their
anything
white
that you
privilege
could
and black
possibly
people fight for,
Say that has helped you.
Yeah, okay.
Like,
I don't
Black
think
lives like I really
I don't
deeply
think a
understand
lot of
every
people
single
know that,
perspective, but there's only one
or
answer
a lot of
to
people
all
accept their own
questions.
demon,
Love.
right?
And love doesn't see black or white.
So
It sees
it's
in
like
between.
quite
And
it's
that's
a
my
tricky
truth.
one, because our demons they like to make us
I
blind,
know it is.
right?
For some people, it's really
I'm
hard
going to
say
put
because,
myself as an example,
like,
because I
that's
don't
the way
usually
that I
have
was
these
led.
kind of
That's the way that I've
conversations with
seen
people, so
my
like
life. That's the
I
way that
don't
I've
really
seen
know
people
about.
throughout my life.
Yeah,
That I'm
obviously
close to,
there are
that
people that
I also
allow the
a lot of my
whole
friends
demon to take over. So it's not the person anymore, it's not the spirit anymore, it's the fucking demon. You know, like, and
like
yeah, these people, they just don't think, and like they're so unrespectful. They lie a lot, they manipulate a lot, they control a lot. When you're trying to control something, it's like your demon and your ego as well. Like the ego is part of the demon side, and also I guess the good,
Why
like
are they like that though?
yeah, it's a, we need it. We need
Yeah.
both. We just need both. And it's,
Society.
yeah.
Yeah, sounds like setting boundaries and like listening to what your body needs at that
The
moment.
root
Would be
cause
really
of all
important.
this isn't
Like
the
we're both
people,
tired, and I think we're gonna
it's
go in a sec. So we're
the
just like, yeah,
leaders.
like there's no
The institution, it's the mob mentality.
look after your
I
temple.
think that's what we
Yeah,
gotta attack.
definitely. I wanted to say something about the boundaries, and is that we have to make sure, especially in these times, to protect our energetic field. And don't allow any entity to be around you, like being inside your energetic field, because if you are not like straight to them, they can bother you, you know, like they can be just really annoying. Yeah, I remember like a couple of weeks ago my computer just started like not allowing me to do the stuff that I needed to do with the school, and like just distracting me all the time. I'm like, get the fuck out from here. Like you can just feel it's fuck. It's annoying, but it's fun. I like them.
In your head as
Okay.
say,
Thank you for the interview.
Yeah.
No worries.
Oh, beautiful.
I'm going to bathroom. Come back in a second.
Yeah, I'll look after Captain. Oh, he knows. Oh, he knows.
He's camera shy for sure. What's your name?
I'm Winnie, and
Tell us a story, Winnie.
I'll tell you a story about how
skateboard.
I'm gonna sit on this.
how similar to the story fighting demons. I think for me, in my life, I've been through situations where I would
What a lad.
act out because I wasn't just asking myself how I felt.
Yeah, no.
So it could have been like,
Didn't realize.
you know, I could be eating, I could be avoiding something, I could be procrastinating, but if I just ask myself, like, what was actually truly wrong, or why do I, if I talk about a topic or someone's name or a situation, my heart races, and sometimes people, like, can't deal, so they'll drink, do drugs, or, like, whatever to escape. And for me, it was eating. So I went through a massive.
It was good to meet you.
I'll see you soon. See you later.
Have a lovely rest of your week.
See you, dude.
Yeah, so I went through like a massive area where I went through a massive kind of thing. I felt like this demon would take over me, and I would wake up with like food in my hand and not know what I'm doing. And I would literally go, what the hell? And I'd like drop it, and I'd be like, whoa. Like, I was on such autopilot and so out of, like, not in my body. It was just like the most bizarre feeling. And then coming to terms with how you're kind of feeling, and you know, all of that takes a lot of time and courage and pain and surrendering and just being with yourself, accepting that you have wounds and it's okay to feel like that instead of running from it. Let yourself sit in sadness, let yourself sit and cry. And like, I've done that various times when I've run away from something just from crying, and it always just tumbles into like a spaghetti ball full of feelings and I don't know what the fuck's going on. So I would say to most people, just journal is amazing. Journal, just spill all your words out into a page, draw what's on your mind, like, you know, exercise, like all of these things are fundamentally just nourishing yourself and your soul instead
Whatever
of
makes
running
you
from
happy.
yourself.
Pretty
Yeah.
much. Like, I feel like a lot of people in this quarantine
Yeah.
got really bored and they just watched movies all the time and ate,
And
and
it's-
that's the demon side.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
because
like
these
autopilot, you won't really remember it. You're
Depends on your
just
intent.
eating. It depends, like if it's what's the intent with
And your attention.
yeah, but the past couple of days even, like I really just wanted to go out and like, you know, hang out with friends, and then I was just like a little bit run down and just tired because I've just been like everywhere at once, and I was just like, no, like I need to do this. Boundaries, setting boundaries, like saying no to people for myself.
And also respect the boundaries.
Yeah,
Because sometimes
and someone's like, I need this, and you're just like, yeah, no worries.
when you perfect example with friends, they invite you to go to a party, right? And then you don't want to go, just because you just want to be at home watching a movie by yourself, and they are like, let's go to the party, let's go to the party, let's go to the party. And then that's not really being really respectful with the other person, because the other person may end up saying
Yeah.
you know, because we don't know how to fucking set up our boundaries. Like nobody taught us to do that.
And I think a lot of people get frustrated at someone.
Yeah.
Like they'll just snap at them one day, and it's like, you did all of this stuff, blah blah blah, and this person had no idea. But it's like, it's your responsibility to tell that person, hey, like, I don't like that, or can you not say something that way, or I just even remember like little things, like one of my mates is lovely and I love him for this, but he was like coming up to me and going like this, and he was like treating me like a dog, and I was like, excuse me, I'm not a dog, like don't do that. And then I like change the subject, and then like it just shifts the mood like that. And it's like, if you let someone, because it's always a polarity, someone's going to be in your space, push and pull, and just see how far they can get, really. And it's up to you to stand up for yourself and say, this is, you know, this is where I'm comfortable. You comfortable? Sweet. Like, and kind of move forward together and grow together. Because once you're not having proper boundaries, instead of growing together, it spirals downwards, and it's now give and take, and you know, frustration.
See, I feel like this whole conversation is the basis of it is shadow work and communication, right?
What is shadow work, actually?
So shadow work is just knowing your dark side and knowing the other side of you, right?
Wow.
And like communication, right, in terms of establishing boundaries between people,
it's
kind of, I don't know, gives a liberation of freedom in the sense where
really freeing.
You're not being passive aggressive by not telling, like, it's okay, this is probably going to sound passive aggressive mentioning, but I feel as if, like, say for example, you know, like a lot of women expect a man to know how they feel, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Without mentioning anything, right? And that's a form of passive aggressive when you think about it, right?
Or expectation.
Yeah.
So the whole idea, right, is to set boundaries, like you guys were talking, right? To set boundaries and kind of address what's going on and how you're feeling and shit. Because men and women, we think differently, right?
Yeah.
And that's obviously been established.
I don't know.
Right?
Telepathy proves differently, but
To be honest, though, men and women think different, yes, but me and you don't think the same, nor does you and him. And the thing is, communication, hey, if you're just at the start, a 2-second conversation of knowing someone, like, you know, and it's getting serious or you're hanging out a lot, hey, you know, our energies are going to clash at some point. Let's just, you know, talk it out. If you need some time, just say, hey, I need some time, go for a walk. Like, you just respect each other's boundaries, respect each other's needs. Things will generally, you know, doesn't matter whether you're male or female, to be honest. Even friendships can really turn sour quick, so it's just...
We were saying before, like, male and female think differently.
Yeah. But everyone has a feminine and masculine polarity inside them. Yeah.
I do believe this, right? But you know, like I think as you said before, it comes down to communication and establishing your boundaries. Because the moment that you establish your boundaries, then you've already kind of set the limit to know where their button is. And if somebody decides to push it, man, then that means that they...
You know, the best thing about boundaries and communication right now is, like, kind of also, like, what's happening in the world. The government and the rulers and whatever are trying to, like, test our boundaries, and they're like, sit down, and, like, you know, we're just, like, now fighting back and saying no, like, you can't tell us what to do. We are our own, you know, people, our own, you know, entities, and we can, you know, if we're meaning well. It's a bit crazy.
But a lot of people keep believing in the system. A lot of people keep believing in government, and they are allowing them to keep controlling them.
Yeah, they're feeding the demons by fear.
Yeah, keep manipulating
Do you know
them.
government in Latin? So govern in Latin means to control. Mente or mentis means the mind. Government means to control the mind. The original use of the word government wasn't how we have it today. government was used for the authentic individual, self-governing. We are our own government. We are in control of our own mind. But as soon as we create an external government, we're taking the control of our mind and giving it to something outside of us. We've lost. Yo!
Okay, so we need a piece of wisdom to end this.
Wisdom.
That makes me so happy.
I would say just follow the good vibes and
What are you
listen
been
to
up
your
to?
own omens and kind of
Leave
just
that night.
be unapologetically vulnerable and you, true to you, and yeah, you know,
Is that chick pink?
everything will always work out. And if it hasn't worked out, it's not over. So keep fucking going.
I like that. See, like, I feel like vulnerability is the key to establish bonds between people, right?
Well, yeah, you
And-
can't fully be yourself unless you see your angels or demons. You know, everything has polarity, masculinity, feminine energy, and just surrendering in the moment and being exactly how you feel. Just being respectful is, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for the interview, dude.
Off the energy to busy feeding off negativity and a fearful society. Oh man, so many walls of concrete. They don't want to dance by trees or feel peace. They don't want to understand me. They want to look at themselves. They'd rather live in a hell, deny heaven, even if heaven's on the ground in a human form. God keeps screaming inside your soul. Deny it because you're attached to a damn ego. Keep on working for a system that can kill your all. You're the fool, keep on blaming everyone else, though. What's the system? Just a jail cell to me. Prison of the soul, just blah, 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 blah. I was up and down, in and out, to find myself in the crowd, but beyond all the sounds, because the silence was toxic they couldn't accept. I found the only blessing I have is deep within inside my chest. I let love speak from every intent, and a tent is spread, expanding so I can take on everything and understand it. I'm only a human on one planet with a bunch of other humans trying to figure out how we landed. But shit, I won't question too deep, just accept the moments as they be and try to be me and rise above the beast when the beasts speak, because I'm trying to be everything except the human that bleed from weakness, because he don't want to accept his emotion, notion flowing like the ocean. Soul was golden, no one flowing, holding nothing but freedom, screaming. Fuck the demons, my angels kept on being just me, and I'm light. Yo, beyond strife, inside my eye, let my third eye rise, I'm in my prime. Felt a vibe, alleviate inside the om the mind until I'm feeling gone. I love that.
Hey guys, I've been hearing about a lot about this philosophy of the choice of fear and love, right? I do believe this, because the truth of the matter is that's what it is truly between, right? You're either choosing fear or love, right? And I feel like desires are part of that, bro. You know what I mean? But I feel like desires sometimes, you have to kind of, just like your emotions, like master your desires too, bro. Because that's the key thing that kind of inflicts all emotions. So hey, that's just my idea. But yeah, we'll get back into it, and I'll see you guys soon.
I'm celibate, as long as you're loving yourself.
And see, it can be like a flower, be infinitely complex. Doesn't mean it has to be complicated.
Well, love's so simple.
but we overcomplicate everything with our human mind of overthinking and this and that, and it's gracious. So we just gotta have breath. Look at the beautiful sunset. Wiggle our hips.
I feel like that's the idea, right? As well. You know why humor is so important? Because humor shows a level of vulnerability.
It also shows a level of maturity, depending on the humor. Some people take the piss out of things that probably shouldn't take the piss out of, but some people find humor in the most innocent thing. Like, for example, Ezra will just be like, and I'll just piss myself. It's so innocent, and yet it's funny as fuck.
You have the wars and stuff. It's such an honour to be in the space of someone's vulnerability like that, whether it be singing or dancing or moving or grooving. To be in the space,
or just being at peace.
People being at peace with being people, frolicking about to and fro, still have some flow, embodying the human experience.
So what do you guys think about shame?
What?
Like shame, either like shame that you project or shame that you have about yourself. Like I feel like
just a lacking. It's to me a lacking of awareness when you're not quite aware of why things have happened, why you feel a certain way. You tend to project all sorts of feelings because you don't know how to deal with it. So, like, shame is just a manifestation of chaos. It's a manifestation of all this energy that the individual is not able to discern and organize, and then it comes across as shame, anger, lust, pride, all these things, but it's just imbalanced energy, I think. Enlighten me if otherwise. Who's right?
I had a friend who bloody something happened and stuff, and it's a bit of a story, but she said she was shameful of something. That hasn't been a word that it kind of, I found it quite a harsh word. Like, I haven't thought of it in quite a while and stuff, like, if at all and whatnot, and it kind of threw me off guard and whatnot. So I think she was ashamed of breaking the trust of a friend or so, or which for what is reason things occur from different perspectives and stuff, absolutely. But to be be easier on yourself and easier on the processes as they are for what they are, and the learning curves that they represent and stuff, to not hold on to such a heavy energy, because that's quite a charged negative, not negative, but dense word and stuff. But as well, you know, from that the flower can blossom and stuff, and then we can understand the polarity of that, like the double side of the coin and stuff. It's all the same coin, just two sides.
So sitting on the fence, flipping the coin, going, yeah, nah.
Do you think? Because we're talking about before about, you know, self-love and stuff like that, and how, you know, like, you have to kind of understand yourself, right? But I also feel as if, like, shame is potentially rejecting yourself, or you feel humiliation, which means you feel shame when you're rejected by others, right?
I like that, rejecting yourself.
So sometimes, you know, like, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I reject myself, right? And like, I will talk to people and shit, and even though that whatever they're going through has nothing to do with me, because I'm egotistical, sometimes I think, oh, that look is because I'm boring, or that look, you know, this is insecurity, right? But I feel like shame comes with that, I don't know, like, it's either shame comes from like that fear of what others will think and they will reject, or you reject yourself, right, in fear of what others will think. I think
the fear of what others think is a projection and denial of the fear of what we think
about ourselves. And that's what courageous journey we're all on, hey? We're all on the journey for marrying ourselves, so we're embracing who we truly are, our inner ignition of our beautiful star. It's all to see and hear. Supernova, blah! Blah. Because we're all trying to do the same thing. We're on the same fucking boat, and as soon as someone becomes themselves more and more, it's infectious, and it creates light. We're all we're all crafting and sculpting the blueprint of our light, of our geometry, of the information field that we present when we permeate our loveliness,
our conscientious,
and being in love with ourselves, for being comfortable within yourself, and being enjoying being who you are and stuff, being in a state of joy.
Who are we?
A bumblebee.
I think we're two things. I think we're human and spirit. You know what I mean?
But there's only always one.
Well, the meeting point of that is unspoken.
It's such an interesting experience, the human experience. We might be disconnected from the universal spirit, but fuck, we sure know how to party. And vibe out.
See, that's another thing too, right? You know, like this is where I was trying to get down to too, because I feel like, you know, drugs ain't like essential, but I feel like drugs are like one of the biggest social lubricants, right? And this is the way
That's a really
that
awesome
we kind
word.
of
social lubricant. That's genius. Sorry.
like the way that I see it is, you know, like people use it in the sense to kind of feel normalized with their vulnerability. Do you know what I mean? So like the insecurities and shit are kind of masked in the sense, or like not really given a shit about if you're under the influence, right? So this is why I say, like, in the sense of shame and stuff like that, I feel like a lot of people use drugs to hide shame. Do you know what I mean? Like, because I feel like it's an inherited thing that we're, you know, like our shadow self, right? Like we were talking about before with the girls, about how they were dealing with their demons and stuff. It's their shadow self, right? So like your shadow self will shame you about certain aspects of yourself, and whether you deal with that or not, it will still be there, right? But when drugs and alcohol come into the picture, it's like it's paused for a moment. It's not there anymore.
But you can't use it as an escape.
Yeah,
ultimately.
it's not a permanent fix. It's like a band-aid.
There's a polarity to using it as an escape. I mean, you can either use it to get away, or you can use it to embrace. And if you're going to use it to embrace, you'll eventually get to a place where you won't use, because you'll learn.
We've done it so many times and stuff that you have eventually no choice but to turn inwards, because you're like, you know what, I'm sick of these kick up the bums. I'm sick of all these patterns that I put myself through. It's time to change. It's time to change and rearrange. And that's the moment when you've won over
Ego.
over ego and stuff. Like you've decided to become another layer of who you are. So exactly, it takes so much courage. Like
I think there is a lot of people tell me that like everything is ego. Well, I disagree. I think everything is consciousness. Ego is simply identity or attachment to identity. So as when you remove the ego, all you're left with is an awareness, and that awareness is everything. It's like, even though I do have an ego, this sense of identity, I can put that ego aside because of my conscientiousness. And I have these two completely different, pretty much mentality. One's of a lower nature, identifying by a body. One's of a higher nature, not even identifying, simply just observing. You know what I mean?
and to bridge with the breath.
That's the only bridge.
Bring in that present of nowness, that mind to the body, instead of it being separated as one functioning system, to where you're just observing the flow mechanics of how that presents itself spontaneously, randomly, organizingly.
There's some deep conversations like that.
See. I think this is kind of good because you stumbled across this whole point where it's like it's interesting because when you simplify everything, it's always like love will win. You will overcome fear. Live with love in your heart and all this shit like that, right?
That's the answer.
And it is the answer, right? But just like everything, you realize that there's layers and layers upon layers of understandings of the most simplest things. And life is the most simplest things, but as you said, we complicate things, right?
And it goes forever. So to try to understand infinity doesn't make sense because it just keeps fucking going from now and stuff. So you have to just be present and content with just like whatever is now and will ever be forever changing and rearranging evolvement of this whatever.
That's what I was saying about perfection before, is that like perfection does exist. It exists within your awareness, within your ability to perceive it. But to become perfect is an impossible task because once you're perfect, where are you gonna go? So perfection is it's like enlightenment. It's a pathway which you're always walking to, but you'll never get to the end because it's infinite.
And to accept and embrace and marry the perfection within every moment of the imperfection. Look at like the plants and stuff. Technically, they're imperfect, but they're so perfect in the same sense of its ordered chaos and its randomness and stuff. And so the very nature of the word perfect doesn't exist in a sense because it's a confusion mechanism.
It's a perspective
in this spelling. Definitely, and it's
and all perspectives have their polarized perspectives. Which is why I say that awareness is perfection, because awareness doesn't see perfection. Awareness just is perfection.
Just is.
Yeah.
Just is what it is. And yep.
It's so infinite.
Alright guys, cheers for that. Hey guys, I'm glad you enjoyed today's episode. I just kind of wanted to give a heads up. Like I'm planning on making a website and hopefully have some merch, but right now we're just going to stick to fan pages and stuff like that. If you want anything, just hit me up in the link and I'll send it out to you. We're branching out, and possibly there could be a podcast in the works. But stay tuned, guys.